You already know what it is, your boy Nas the God. Hip hop is real, and we are here with another guy who's really put in that pain and made it here. Eastern Conference champion. You feel me? I just spoke to the Western Conference champion, now the Eastern, and now it's about to go to the finals on Saturday. Jey The Nitewing versus Fonz. Jay, how you feeling, man?
Feeling confident, man. I'm feeling and grateful for the experience, man. Like, I think most of this time I'm spending, if I'm not communicating with my family and going over my bars, I'm just really just soaking up this moment, man. I'm ready to make history, man. Like, real shit.
We spoke about this throughout the tournament, you know, how you gonna feel being on the card with Lux and all of this, if you make it, and if this happens or if that happens. Now you're really here, you know what I'm saying? And you get to kind of like...
What up, Jazz?
Oh, what's up, Queen? How you doing, sis?
How's it going?
I'm good.
How does it feel to actually be on this card knowing that you're gonna be rapping, of course, against your opponent, of course for 25,000, of course opening up the whole thing, but having a battle that's almost as anticipated as every other battle on the card?
Yeah. It's a humbling experience, but at this point, man, I'm ready to fight. Like, I'm tired of salivating over the war. I just want the battle, man. Like, I really just want to give the people my final gift of this tournament, man. Like, I'm ready for the people to really see how far we've come, you know what I'm saying? And I just know when that last bar leaves my breath, man, it's gonna feel like the armor falls off, the sword drops, the shield drops. Like, I'm ready for the war, and I'm ready for the war's ending, you know what I mean? The conclusion of it all. Because I know how great it can be, you know what I mean?
Are you looking to just win this battle, or are you looking to have a classic, or does it matter? I know winning is important, but is it I just want to put on at this point? Or it's no, I still gotta get that 25,000, fuck all the bullshit?
Yeah, the 25,000, I'll be honest, is kind of prioritized, it's top 5 priorities, but it's probably number 5 at this point. Number 1 is to show why I belong here and how far I've come, and how far my region has pushed, how much it took for my whole region to get here, you know what I'm saying? To get to this point, because I do feel the whole Northwest as a region, and arguably the West, they all are on my back with this one. All that support, all that energy, I have to use every single ounce of it. And that's the main initiative, is to leave it all on the table. Nothing left in the tank. You know what I mean? And then after that comes the winning and the bragging rights. But I'd say directly after that is creating a battle or a performance that people bookmark to, when it comes to Jey The Nitewing. You got Tay-Rock and you got that Ill Will performance. That's the battle that people bookmark to Tay-Rock. You got Surf, and you got multiple battles with Surf that you can go to. You got Lux, and that's the Calico performance. You got Charlie Clips, and it's the T-Rex performance. This is meant to be my best performance, period, until the next time that there's this much of a storyline and build up. You know what I mean? Because I can't just go to Rookies versus Vets after this and have a performance. Maybe I can have a performance that's better, but it won't have the storyline.
I got you.
Everything is basically I'm trying to live up to the hype. You know what I mean? All of it. And Yeah.
One thing I gotta say, man, you coming in and Fonz coming in, just kind of watching y'all growth to this point. A lot of people looked at Fonz as one of the guys who was like always deserving, but like underdog who never really got his way or his moment. And a lot of people look at you as one of the guys who had the moment, given the opportunity, but you kind of fumbled it.
Mm-hmm.
But now people felt like, forget all of that shit he did in the past. He wiped all that shit out. Okay, he's actually taking it serious. He's actually showing that he wants it. Like, he's not, like that Jey you saw, whatever it was, he's not in front of us anymore. This is a whole new person. This is the Mad King. This is Thanos. I don't know if you've seen the thing that we had posted. Yeah. Like, people seen that and said, that's Jey. You know what I'm saying? To actually turn that, how does it feel to like, actually been able to keep your word and giving your best performance, no stumbles, no chokes, and really like taking that shit out of the whole element?
See, that's the thing too. That's another thing is, like, because Fonz was saying this earlier, like, he feels like we won just by being on this card. Me personally, I feel like I haven't won until this is complete. You know what I mean? Like,
so for you don't feel like you won already?
No, I don't. I don't feel like I've done it just yet. Like, I don't feel like the mission is complete. Because I get up there, if I get up there against Fonz and I choke any round, it's all erased. It was all for nothing. Like, we're right back to square one. And it's like, yeah, so for me, it's not over. And I can't afford to look at it that way. It is a strange contrast, though, isn't it? Like, Fonz being the one that was doubted. Like, we were both individuals that were doubted for separate reasons, like pretty much on the opposite side of the spectrum. He was doubted because of, like, a lack of notoriety, like, you know, people just weren't aware of him. And I was doubted because people were very aware of me and they've seen me drop the ball. And both of us end up like, so it's like, who is supposed to win? Like, it's kind of like, if you think about it, it's kind of a clash between hard work with Fonz and talent, which is me. Like, my talent got me to this opportunity and I had to pick up the hard work. Fonz's hard work got him to the door of this tournament. His talent finally is what like got people to like, you know, channel in. So it's like now we both have had to work on both of our weaknesses, and now we're meeting. It's gonna be like Clash of the Titans.
He's felt like he had the harder road. He felt like with all his battles from Jay Kruger to Easy to Ace, he felt like he fought the harder battles, and you know, he feels like you're the lightest one going into this. This is what he said. You know, Jay's the lightest one that I feel like I'm facing. You know, how do you feel as far as your journey to him, and you know, as far as him as a competitor compared to what you've already faced?
I think Fonz is similar to all of them, really. I'd say Rubando is the one that, like, I felt was a certain win, but that, you know, didn't turn out to be true. But as far as how I felt Rubando was a certain win. Sick and Castro and Fonz both have, like, all three have that similar effect, where, like, I'm not certain that my 120% would be enough to beat them if they come 120%. Like, it gives me the same feel.
Wow.
So with that said, it's kind of hard for me to look at his side and judge whether his was harder or not because of the way I view difficulty. You know what I mean? Like, I'd say if nobody beat you on your side and nobody beat me on my side, how can you measure which was more difficult? I mean, if I was just battling, like, if I had Rubando's side, like Rubando's, if I battled Squeako and he choked against me, I battled Honor, and then he choked against me, and then I battled...
Well, it was Gunpowder Pat and then Honor for Rubando.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it was Gunpowder Pat, his first battle. People felt like it was a lackluster battle.
But, like, let's say Rubando wasn't in there.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I was Rubando
I got you, I see.
Then I could kind of see, like, how, you know, that'd be a plausible argument.
Okay.
But
you felt like you had to fight too, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, Real Sick wasn't no chump. Like,
no. No.
Like, you could ask the fans.
Lou
like,
Castro either. I was his first.
yeah. It's like, ask the fans whether Fonz would beat Real Sick. Ask the fans whether Fonz would beat Lou Castro. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, I'm sure the fans would say he'd beat Rubando. And that's no slight to Bando. It's just, you know, I'm sure the fans would say that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of, I mean, and on top of that, like, people argue that Easy beat Fonz. So it's like, I mean, I could definitely see why you'd feel that you had the more difficult route, because nobody says I lost to Sick, Castro, or Bando. Your battles are close, so even to the point where people would argue in favor of your opponent more. So
yeah, I mean, I believe Easy did win the fan vote.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the fans' perspective, and I think he did win on the app as well, and things like that. So
yeah, like I don't have any battle where like the fans or like the general consensus wasn't that I won. So I can empathize in that regard, but as far as like actual ability goes.
And how about the fact that you're his, like, the easier opponent? Like, he feels like, oh, Jey is like, he's light compared to.
Yeah, I think it's just cap.
It's just cap. It's all cap.
Yeah, it's just cap. That's you know, pre-battle talk. He knows he's getting in there with, you know, a champion. Like, just like I know I'm getting in there with a very hungry individual.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I mean, I do the same thing. I'm like, if he's sitting right here, I'm gonna be doing all kind of cap, and I ain't gonna give him no props. But yeah, like I think Fonz, for me, if I had to range where he stands, I'd say he's about as difficult as Castro and Sick. I can't say he's more dangerous than them, just because I feel like they're on the same wavelength, and I'm just slightly above them.